Hello, my name is Duncan and welcome to Back Away from Donkey Path Books. This is like a follow-up to my celebrations of Return of the Jedi's 40th anniversary. And last week I did a video on the comics. So it's like the printed, sort of the stuff that was printed. And today I'm going to talk about the novelisation. The novelisation was obviously from the story that George Lucas did. And I think Lawrence Kasdan also wrote part of the story. And it's written by James Kahn, and James Kahn was actually a medical writer, and he wrote a lot of stuff for TV. Any breathing is gorgeous, Micah down the bottom there. Any heavy breathing from dogs, anyway. But yeah, James Kahn was a medical writer. He also wrote a lot for TV. He did a few other novelizations, such as Indiana Jones, which I'll show you. He also did The Goonies, and I'm trying to think of anything else. There's a couple of others that he did. I'm quite a fan of novelizations. I think at their best they can be really, really good. The worst they can be horrific. I think like any sort of form of literature. This one, I said the first Star Wars film, Star Wars, was written by Alan Dean Foster, and he had more access to the original shooting scripts that weren't filmed because of the way it was released. This one for Return of the Jedi is very much a lot closer to the film. And I said when novelizations for me shine is when you get stuff that's not in the films and the way it develops that way. And I said Return of the Jedi is one that doesn't develop that way. You know, Kahn is a pretty good writer, pretty solid writer. You know, it's pretty well written, but it's not really adding much new to the story. So if you've seen the film, yeah, there's a couple of bits. There is a couple of interesting bits about Leia saying that when her mother died when she was 4 years old, and if you know the prequels, you know that people go back on that. But generally, it's just said it's a nice little readable novelisation, but not adding much new to the sort of universe or the story. As with books of this era, so this was my original one that I brought at the time. You get photos in the middle, which I always like, photos in the middle. But yeah, so you got photos in the middle, and the story, but I said, doesn't add much to it, but it's a nice thing to have. I've got two versions. I've got that, and I've got it in the 25th anniversary edition, which has got all three novelizations in. Don't think it's as good as either The Empire Strikes Back or the Star Wars novelizations, but if you read Star Wars stuff and you want to read a novelization, it's still worth reading because Kahn is a pretty good writer. I think his Indiana Jones one, from what I remember, is better, but I've not read that for a long time, so I might have to just brush it off and read it, because I did reread this Return of the Jedi one last week, just as a sort of, because I knew the film was coming up and I knew I wanted to talk about it a little bit. But anyway, I hope you just enjoyed that brief look into the novelisation. If anybody's interested, say down below. I'd quite like to, I was considering doing some videos on sort of what makes a good novelisation, since I seem to read quite a few of them, especially our older ones, and sort of the background on some of them. So if anybody's interested in that, maybe just pop a comment below. Anyway, I will speak to you all very soon, and have a good day.